everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. As we move into the final weeks of the regular season, here's a look at the teams jockeying for playoff position in the NFC. All of these teams will be playing their hearts out, trying to claim the highest seed possible before Wild Card Weekend. It's the Vikings going up against the Miners. So, for the call of this Week 11 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Sacramento Miners. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. And hauled in by Gathers. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And here now, the defensive starters.
Eric Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Second down, Winston. Incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Play clock winding down. Off the play fake, Winston. He finds Coleman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
From the red zone now, Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Those good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of Central Casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Kyle Brinza on now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Defense has to stand tall here. 3rd and 1. And they'll run it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And what a big-time play there. 48 yards on the ground. So it's 3rd and 1. The defense, they stack the box, and that's the problem. You break through that first level, there's no second level.
And most good running teams work against stacked defenses. They don't care if you have 6 in the box, 7 in the box, 8 in the box. It doesn't matter to them. Block people, give your running back a chance.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And, oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
All right, here we go. 3-19, Leopard. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Detroit. All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Sacramento football here to begin the 2nd. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Here we go now. Green, fine now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and that'll be good enough for the 1st.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
No, check. Here we go now. Green, 30.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack this. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second down, Winston. Coleman has it here right side. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now a second down throw for Winston. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. First down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Vikings a first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And on the ground they go with the running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down, 8. To throw is Winston. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. On play action, Winston. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Their big-bodied receiver, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now back out comes the offense. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. He'll step aside. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options. And also, it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. Back to the booth right after this. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They send Green to the left on his own. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Inside the red zone here. They'll look, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Danielle Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And Parkey's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And now out comes Minnesota. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Jameis to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And hauled in by Gathers. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 1st down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot put.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. And here now the offense heading back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to sling a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back back at the closing stages of the first half. And now out comes Minnesota. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here, Winston. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. They find some open field here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
All right, here we go. Punch it now, Barney.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this is incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. One man in the backfield is Gordon. On 3rd down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and goal. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. In the game, 4 of them to the right side. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd down now after the pass completion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. They'll drop the throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? In motion, the tight end. Following the interception, Winston. That is incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. A 2nd down throw for Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Second down following the incompletion. On 2nd down, Winston again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll throw again. Winston. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 46 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense ready to take over again. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
He'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Detroit! 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 Back 99, Philly, here we go!
to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. We are back now in Sacramento as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
All right, here we go. Green. All right, now look at 56. Look at 56 now. Look at 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And quickly they get to the line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They're going to look to throw. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And this one brought in by Gathers. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end, and that'll make it third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Let's go. Green, 39. No. Check. Patriot.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side.
No. Check. Patriot.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. That one good for 14 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll set up to throw. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. And now whistles blow here. Play is stopped, and we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.